Let's tell you about the Penny Appeal charity, which is providing humanitarian aid to Afghanistan. It's in fact been supporting the country for years, providing food sustainability and support during the COVID pandemic. This crisis, though, of course, like none they have faced before, and the team on the ground have been working tirelessly to provide clothing, food and hygiene kits to the hundreds of thousands of displaced Afghans. Let us speak to Adeem Younis, who is the founder of the Penny Appeal. Hello there, thanks for your time this Thursday morning. Tell us more about the Penny Appeal. Why did it start up?
Hi, good morning. Penny Appeal is sadly not new to international emergencies, and we've been working around the globe, supported by generous donations. We're a British Muslim charity, and we've been working emergencies abroad, but emergencies right here at home as well. Cumbrian floods, sadly the Manchester Arena bombings and the Grenfell Tower as well. But this is a very unique type of situation where our donors have supported those that are internally displaced within Afghanistan, but also to enable us to help those that have been lucky enough, those very few that have been lucky enough to arrive on our shores. I think the numbers are now about 6,000 of our government's 20,000 commitment, and we're working with local boroughs, local councils up and down the country to help house and integrate those individuals and young families.
I bet you've really got your work cut out at the moment, haven't you, with the situation in Afghanistan? Are the funds going to those who desperately need them?
They are, absolutely. Again, we've been working with the generosity of the British community for a number of years. We've worked in Afghanistan with what we call breaking the cycle of poverty, helping at each stage of the poverty cycle, from maternal health to young children, mothers, children, education, clean water, food, all the way to elderly care, what we call an adopt-a-grant program, end-of-life care. And it's challenging. It really is challenging in a place like Afghanistan, where there was hope that the donations from the charity Penny Appeal would be able to have that long-lasting, real impact on the ground. Sadly, some of those challenges are now to go back to the first early phases of an emergency situation. But we're hoping that what we have put in place is a good foundation for us to build upon.
And I'm guessing a lot of your work has to be done remotely because nobody can face going to Afghanistan given the current situation.
No, not really, because we work with local communities, local partners that are on the ground, and we're in touch with those partners, not just daily, but twice, thrice daily at this moment in time. The situation, as we see it, is heartbreaking, and it's even more heartbreaking for our teams that sometimes we're not able to reach those individuals. Sometimes those individuals, as we've heard on the news reports, are going from one safe house to another safe house to another safe house. And it's a real challenging situation, because those individuals, those families, those communities, and our teams on the ground are in remote locations and sometimes very, very hard to reach. But once again, it is our work at home here, housing those refugees that have come over at home and abroad in Afghanistan is only possible with the generosity of the Penny Appeal donors and the donor community.
All right, well, stay with me for now, if you would, while we talk to Hashim, who's a Penny Appeal partner who's currently in Afghanistan. Hello, thank you for joining us today. So these funds desperately needed for people in Afghanistan.
Yeah, hello and good morning to all the viewers. And first of all, we would like to thank Penny Appeal for its support and donation during the past 6-7 months. The situation here is very grim, and their supports are very much important if we have to help the local people. Currently, the number of IDPs are a lot. They are still coming from different provinces, and they are in need of urgent supports. Donations from organizations such as Penny Appeal are crucial in providing them the basic needs and to continue their life until the situation gets better and they could return home.
Do people foresee the situation getting better?
Well, for now, nothing is clear, although the Taliban has mentioned that the situation would get better. Unfortunately, the bank has been closed for a week now, more than a week now, and the prices have gone high. So the situation is not good, but it's getting worse day by day until, of course, they decide what's going to happen next.
Where does the funds from the Penny Appeal, you talk about basic needs. What kind of needs are they?
Well, mostly the IDPs, they are in need of shelter, food and hygiene services. But that's kind of to provide all these services, we would require a huge fund. Unfortunately, we don't have that much fund. So we go for the primary and most necessary things that is required, that is needed for the families, which is food and hygiene. So we provided food packages to families and also a small hygiene pack for them so that they could keep themselves clean, wash their hands. It's kind of a protective measure from COVID-19 and other diseases that exist in the area.
And what's it like living in Afghanistan at the current time?
The coming of Taliban was really sudden and surprising. I mean, for all of us, we didn't know that they are going to come into Kabul so suddenly. Hauka was at that time preparing to do a food distribution to the families that have come from Takhar, Badakhshan, Baghlan, and Kapisa provinces. But before we could start, suddenly the people start running here and there, and then we hear that the Taliban came. It was very surprising for us. Our security team informed us to leave the area, and we had to evacuate from that place. The people were really afraid because they didn't expect this. So they all rushed toward the airport. Some decided to go north towards Panjshir and other provinces. But most of the people were kind of scared. They didn't know what's going to happen because the government just crumbled so suddenly that nobody was prepared for that. So they were horrified and they rushed toward some rushed toward the embassies, some rushed toward the airport. And the situation continues like that. Still, there are I believe there are more than 10,000 people right now around the airport.
Can there be any hope for the future, given, as you say, we've seen so many thousands at the airport desperately trying to get out?
Well, the future depends on the system and the government that the Taliban will decide to rule. If they do like before in the past in 1960s, the time it will be very bad for it because their rule was all very strict. They have strict regulations. It's not good, especially not for women and for the Shia and Hazara people. It's not good for them. But their spokesmen have given a lot of promises that they have changed. They are going to concern the women's rights. They are going to allow women to work. Everyone is pardoned and things like that. However, we have some news from here and there that they have already broken their promise. They have killed many people who were given pardon by them. So the situation is right now totally unforeseen. You cannot, come to a conclusion what's going to happen because they say something and things happen differently. So we have to wait for at least another 2 weeks to see what's their final decision and what they want to do with the government.
All right. Well, Hashim, thank you very much for your thoughts and experiences there of what you're going through and what the situation is in Afghanistan. Let me get a final thought from Adeem Younis. Obviously, the desperate situation there. Will your funds still be able to get through, do you think, to the people, given what has happened in the country in the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, of course. And it's only with the help and assistance of people that are on the ground where we're able to deliver that aid. And I'm just, hearts and prayers and thoughts go out to those individuals, but especially people like Hashim that are Penny Appeal partners on the ground that have been so brave and so courageous in just staying on the front line, assisting in those donations being delivered from the UK public. and making sure that the commitment is there, and those that are most vulnerable being looked after. PennyAppeal's been working there for several years now, so this is nothing new. It's not a new trend for us, but it's just so amazing to see that work being carried out in this hopeless situation. A lot of our donors, a lot of the British Muslim community are saying, "Look, what can we do? How can we help? How can we assist?" And you can help and assist by donating to charities like PennyAppeal. That have got people like Hashim on the ground and that are delivering aid to those most in need, those most vulnerable abroad in Afghanistan and right here at home when those refugees land in the UK as well.
All right, Adeem Younis, founder of the Penny Appeal. Thank you and well done. Thanks a lot.